Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're all doing well. I've picked up, yes, some more Aldi products. Urban Eats Greek style Pastizzis, tomato, oregano and cheese, and spinach and cheese. Now, I don't know how these guys differ from Maltese Pastizzi, because when I was growing up, the Maltese used to freshly make these and sell them on their corner stores, and we'd pick them up on the weekends and they'd be filled with ricotta and peas and oh, so delicious. And I'm so excited to try these out and see what they taste like. So we're going to put them in the oven and do a taste test. Okay, so before I throw them in the oven, I wanted to just show you that these are it's a 10 pack, so, and they're quite large, they're not small. So yes, these 2 packs will easily feed a few people for snacks before a dinner or watching a movie or whatever the occasion is. But there's you know, they're pretty big, so yeah, keep that in mind when you're buying the packs. They look like little miniature pillows forming in the oven, literally like little pillows. Alright, they're out of the oven and they're perfectly cooked, I think. Just gonna, yeah, they're very kind of crunchy, kind of flaky. I have a feeling that just by looking at them, there's going to be a lot more pastry than filling. Okay, so this is the inside of the spinach and cheese. It looks like a perfect amount of pastry and filling. It has some filling in it, as you can see, spinach and some feta, but it doesn't have taste. It doesn't have any herbs or garlic or anything in it. It's very plain. And it's the pastry is very flaky and overtakes the taste of the filling inside. The filling needs a little something to give it a bit of extra flavor. I think there's something missing in it. It's not bad, but maybe if you were to, you know, make up a sauce, a dipping sauce to go with it, it could be a little bit more tasty, but on its own, it's lacking a little bit of flavor, unfortunately. Okay, so let's try the tomato, oregano and cheese. Still flaky like its brother. Ugh, very like super flaky, you know, and messy. Everybody knows the brand Borgs that they sell in the supermarket. This is what this reminds me of, this flaky, super flaky pastry. Lots of pastry and not much filling. Well, I can definitely taste the oregano for sure. That's not a bad taste. It's a good taste. Add a little bit of the cheese and hardly any tomato at all. And again, that super flaky pastry that, you know, it's kind of a mess, to be honest. It's a messy hors d'oeuvre. It's okay. Would I buy it again? No. It's too flaky. It's too messy. I mean, I've made a total mess. Not just on the plate, but outside too. I mean, it's gone everywhere. If you're at home on your own and you're pigging out, maybe you could have this with something to dip it in, so that the flakiness of the pastry is not so dry. But on its own, or serving it in an hors d'oeuvre or a starter, I definitely would not recommend it. Plus, it's missing some taste. There's, you know, they just I don't think they've added, you know, some herbs and spices or some onion or some garlic to give it that little bit of extra taste to it. It's very bland. It's very tasteless. But you can still taste the oregano and the cheese, but you can't taste anything else. And maybe they should add a few things more to it to give it that little bit of oomph, little bit of taste. But on its own, no deal. And this is what's left over from one Pastizzi. Okay, it's a few days later and I've reheated some more of these Pastizzis to try again. The other night I was a little bit tired and I think that may have had an impact on my review of the Pastizzi. So I'm going to cut them open again. I let it cook a little bit longer this time. This one's the Oregano Tomato and cheese. And I think this one, yep, is the spinach and cheese. So look, I'm not going to change my mind about the pastry. There's layers upon layers upon layers of pastry on these things. As you can see, they're super messy, super flaky. Yeah, you'd need a bib and a nice big plate to eat these. You can see that there's a little bit of filling in there, but it's just mostly pastry, and messy pastry at that. So yes, I was tired the other night, but I think my opinion still stands. It has a slight taste of spinach and cheese in it, but you know, with all the pastry, it overtakes any flavour that you've got in the filling. Alright, put that aside. Let's try the tomato, oregano and cheese. Again, plenty of pastry and not very much filling, and it's just making more of a mess than it's worth. This one tastes a little bit better because it has oregano in it, so it's giving that a little bit more flavour. But again, don't serve this to your guests. You're going to have to take out the vacuum cleaner as soon as they leave. I think I'm still going to hold my opinion from the other night. Yeah, they don't have a great deal of taste. They are a little bit dry because the pastry is just so flaky and there's just so much of it. It needs a dipping sauce of some sort. Yeah, something to wet it a little bit. Still a bit dry. And this is my second time trying it out and leaving some feedback. Anyway, that's the second time, and I hope that you enjoyed this twice review on the Greek Pastizzis from Aldi. And this is the weekend for me, so I'll see you next week. Bye guys.